And the resub Gutter and Tier 1 Tim. No, I'm gonna be doing Dark and Darker tonight.
Revelio. Accio.
The Prime Storm and the
Revelio.
Resub Sigma. Amazing Tier 1 Vixen and the Resub Shadow. The Resub Asni and Lex.
Sendo. Accio. Confringo.
Very good. The newest episode is Tier 1 Sensei, Resub Mog, Cupid, Chicago, and the Tier 1 Dumpling. You see the train derailment? Yeah. I did. Here. I'll pull that up, because I don't fully understand the situation. There's a lot of things that are contradicting other things, so yeah. I'm aware of it. Goddamn, man, welcome aboard. The reset, Bella. And the 5 gift subs, King George. Thank you. You see the UFO videos over Canada? Is there video of it? I only saw the picture of the one that got shot down. Yeah, I don't see a video. I still see the picture that's floating around. I don't know where you're seeing the videos, if there is any. Just the pictures. I was just talking about this one phone video outside of Wawa. Yes, there is. Here, I'm getting down. Jesus Christ. Shit. Good lord. Wait, why is this age-restricted content? It's just a phone video of this guy.
Look at that.
I mean, you can't really see anything anyway. I don't know why that's age restricted. NORAD stated that they lost Santa's cranking signal. Here they were. Oh god. Heaven have mercy on the elves. Hope you're able to find them. Probably just on Twitter shambles, I would say. Man, everyone must be really excited for a fucking Super Bowl or something. Generosity's nuts. Thank you, Sam. Yeah, that's what we have up right here, the Canada UFO thing. Someone said there was a video, but I haven't found it yet because I have a cell phone. I can't see shit. I hope it's aliens. But all the pictures make it seem like it's probably another balloon. Here, I'll bring down one of the pictures for you.
Revelio.
That, again, looks like the last balloon that got shot down. Oh, wait, because this is a picture of the balloon that got shot down on February 4th. Okay, so this is not the one from Canada. Thanks to the resub King and the Prime Egg. Do some Sharo Funky and give some Raven.
This looks even more complex. Revelio.
Does anyone know in chat if Charlie has talked about the Genshin scandal? No, what is the Genshin scandal? What happened?
Lumos.
It was one of the voice actors being a menace. I typed it in, and the first thing that comes up is Genshin Impact developer, we deeply regret the harm after voice actor accused of sexual abuse.
Lumos.
I'm assuming this is what you're talking about? Jesus Christ, yikes. Thanks to Tier 1 Miller, and the resub Rolling, Sinka, Shambles, Lunatic, Makad, and the Prime Jared, and the resub, man. There's a document on Twitter with all the proof. Well, it seems the person accused has also confirmed that they're real. So. And a twit longer here, how about I just read the apology post?
Making this to raise that platform.
Holy shit.
That must be it. Pulsar. Lumos.
Well, that's a no good. Thanks to Prime Max H, the resub Kuba, J-Lo, Etgin, and Tier 1 Chicken. Yeah, I have heard of that channel, PlayStation. It sounds good, Shambles.
Lumos.
Thanks for the bits again, Shambles. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. Thanks for the bits, Timbo.
I need to bring moths to the door.
Wonder how Genshin will handle getting a new voice. Bro, Genshin is like one of the biggest fucking properties. People will be chomping to get a role in that game. They'll have no issues finding another voice actor. Glad you liked it, Fate. There's a Prime Taco. It's Eldon.
Accio. Leviosa. Accio.
What's the cliff notes?
Revelio.
You might have.
Arresto momentum.
Voice actor for Genshin came out that grooming underage fans, abuse, sexual degeneracy, the whole nine. And they confirmed that it's all real in their own Twitter apology. So, not good. No good.
Arresto momentum.
It's Camus and Alvin, the resub cam. They denied the grooming. Well, they confirmed the screenshots were accurate, but denied that they knowingly communicated sexually with underage fans. But yeah, that is the one that they said is, I guess, misrepresented. Though I feel like anyone would say that in that position. Keyword there is knowingly. Which I guess you can't prove that you're sure or not. I haven't seen all the screenshots.
Lumos.
Thanks to the bits Eldon and Lucky. I did not see that, Lucky. That sounds cool though. Did you see the writers of The Witcher show that
Lumos.
Henry Cavill was Toxic Gamer Boy? You're like 3 weeks late on that one. That was confirmed fake, by the way, but yeah, I remember when that came out. I have no doubt that the writers don't like Henry Cavill because he is a gamer and wanted the source, or wanted the show to stay true to source material, which I bet butted heads. But that whole thing that came out
Lumos.
was fake. Thanks for the resub, Freddy. Hey, Freddy. Hope you're well. Thanks to the bits, Etkin and Kachow. Update on the speedrun. Yep, we're getting dangerously close to sub 20s. We're getting there. New optimizations, new tech, new glitches found every day. Pushing that sub 20.
Lumos.
Thanks to the resub, Sopo, Fettuccine, and the gift sub Pratt. Here's some underscore in tier 1. Extra large. And the gift sub side. Yeah, we were just talking about the Canada UFO. I hope it's aliens, I just don't think it is.
Lumos.
When does the speedrun challenge end? 3 days. Happy 21st birthday, Alvin. to give some Moki. NORAD just said they locked up airspace in Montana. Something came up on the radar and disappearing. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna say what everyone's thinking. It's no coincidence that Tom Brady retired and now all of a sudden aliens keep popping up. He's keeping us safe both on the field and off the field.
Lumos.
The FAA has released a statement. The FAA has closed some airspace over northern Montana to support the Department of Defense operations. Contact NORAD for additional information. I'm also going to say that I really don't think it's anything extraterrestrial. There's no way that we would ever be able to fight back against something that could actually visit us. Be impossible. It's definitely more spy balloons or some kind of surveillance tech from somewhere on Earth. There'd be no shot we'd successfully shoot that shit down. Let alone ever see it. We did in signs. True. Thanks to the gift sub Hero and the resub Rat, Fisher, and Milky. And happy late birthday, Phallic. Resub Gypsy. And resub Cracked.
Lumos.
Did you ever consider nuzlocking? No, probably not. Also, I watch nuzlocks from time to time.
Lumos.
I didn't even see it extra large. But someone did. If it wasn't me, someone on the team saw it. He's a tier 1 time. Bitch shambles. Yeah, maybe drones too. Could be any of that. Thanks at 5. Appreciate it, man.
Lumos.
Does your merch restock a lot? Yep. Usually every 2 weeks it all gets restocked. If an alien walked in and said wubba lubba dub dub and left. Was there a question there? I mean, that'd be hype, I guess. I wouldn't complain.
Lumos.
Is the resub horny? The bits Etkin? Nah, I'm done with Weed Shop. Yeah, like I said, I don't know the whole situation here with the train derailment. It also never helps in situations like this that people on Twitter literally just start lying about that shit. So one of the ones I saw is that the train derailed, blew up, and like killed a ton of people, and then everyone's pets died. But I've seen nothing to say any of that. This does seem super sketchy and awful. But it really doesn't help when Twitter just spreads fucking crazy misinformation on something serious.
Was in her sarcophagus. A dead ashwinder.
Yeah, I saw the water stuff with the fish.
Must have made off with the helmet. Lord Gok won't like this.
Thanks to the resub Binjules, Chase, Samson, and the Prime Milk. Thank you, sub Pratt. This is the first I've heard of that person before Noctis. I can look him up. Don't get your news from Twitter then? Bro, that's where like all news originates, but yeah, I don't just take people's word for it. I'm just saying that makes it really muddy when trying to get the real story. Thanks to the Prime. Torg and Yeet. That'd be a lot, Camus. That'd be tough. Thanks to the bits, J Mundo. This is what I saw heavily critiqued, because they gave the evacuation order during their, like, burn, and then they lifted it, letting people go back home, and they were saying that they're just trying to kill them. Which doesn't really make any sense. That'd be a pretty wild theory. Like, there'd be nothing to gain from just killing the whole town. But I know, or at least, I guess I don't know for sure, some journalists got arrested in the area for something. Thanks, Risa Mikey. Thanks to the Prime bot. I did play Hat in Time, actually. Let's see if this talks about the fish, or actually about water. He's the Prime Echo and the Reset Emperor. The bit's extra large. Okay, I can ask about it. I live about an hour from there, very scary. Yeah, shit is scary. Why haven't I seen this on national news? I have no idea. It's on all the major news outlets. I don't know how popular watching news channels is. Maybe it's not there, but it's pretty much on every major outlet. Like, this is fucking CNN. These are villain elevated in danger. How's the Exodus from Earth speedrun going? Amazing. It is such a fucking great speed game. To watch, maybe not to play. It's fucking ridiculously technical, so maybe it's a headache to play, but I love watching it. Thanks for resub Thunder. They're intentionally playing it down because it's a big government oopsie. They pushed for lesser regulations, which inadvertently led to the crash. Yeah, I saw that thing about some kind of like safety parameters not too long ago that were overlooked. I don't know about playing it down because it's literally everywhere. Like, it's on all the major news outlets. If they're trying to downplay it, they're doing a terrible job. In fact, the fear is, like, bubbling over. So it'd be the worst downplaying ever. The brakes are from the Civil War era, and this only blew up because of people raising the alarm. Maybe. I mean, that's entirely possible. But I feel like in this day and age, you can't cover up shit. Everyone has a phone, everyone has access to the internet, everyone can immediately dump all the information all at once. If there ever is a successful cover-up, you'd never hear about it. So the train was carrying, like, chemicals and shit? I think it was, like, vinyl chloride or something. Oh, well, yep, I could have just, like, looked at the screen. It's right here already. Yeah, it's vinyl chloride. But yeah, that was on board. Thanks for some Marksman, King Cocos, and Hayes. Did you see the company offered the town 25k compensation or some shit? Yeah, I read that, but I couldn't find any source on that. Because I looked that up right before going live. Maybe I just didn't use the right guidelines to find it. Like, they said that they were going to offer compensation, but I haven't seen that 25 grand number tossed around anywhere. But yeah, that is a pathetically low amount for the hassle. And the danger. Thanks to resub Shadow and the Prime Regrets. For sure, man. I'll let you know, extra large. $25k to each household. According to Twitter, again, and not the most reliable, but according to Twitter, is $25k in total for the whole town. So it's like $6 a person. But again, I can't find anything on like the 25k number. I just see that they are offering compensation. They take the compensation, they can't sue. You're asking the wrong guy, man. I'm literally learning about this mainly right now. I only had bits and pieces before now. I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. apparently it's like Chernobyl. See, it's like things like that that make it very difficult to get to the bottom of a real story of like understanding the actual scope of the facts going on. Like, again, some of the early things were like everyone's pets are dead. Shit like that. It exploded, it killed people instantly, none of which is true. Comparing it to Chernobyl, like all of that makes it hard and muddies the water to find the real information and everything gets skewed. Like that just doesn't do anyone any favors. It is bad though, like this does seem very dangerous. Thanks to the resubreddit in the Prime Maple. True Adonis. Apparently lots of local wildlife died. I saw one article talking about that, and it used an image that wasn't even from the place. So I immediately doubted the credibility of it. Though I wouldn't be surprised, because I mean, fucking chemicals and shit, and they're burning it, getting into the soil, water, like all of that's super dangerous. Yeah, the river full of dead fish one, I think that one was real. I think that one was confirmed real. That person, and also that journalist really did get arrested from what I understand, I guess. Things are resub snot. Gay frog kind of shit. Oh yeah, all the frogs are gonna be gay. Like yeah, we're gonna be seeing long-term effects from this, I'm sure. There's a prime bread and tier 1 flour. And the resub JS3. Yeah, we already talked about the UFO. Thanks to resub bouncy. We already went over that. You should go check it out, get us the real inside scoop. You know what Mr. Beast should do? He put out a tweet saying, "Would you vote for me for president?" He should become president and just release all of the information they have about aliens. That'd be so hype. That video would be huge too, by the way. The views on that would be outrageous. Like, last to leave the circle gets all of the Area 51 documents. These are the resub dogs, Oculus and Ranson. The government won't let him. They wouldn't be able to stop him. Thanks to the resub Lobo. He just goes live one day on YouTube. He's like, "Hey, what's up, guys? So here's the deal about those aliens." They would. Nah, I don't think they'd be able to. Not in the modern age. The reason that they were able to get to JFK, that sounds super conspiratorial, but I'm pretty sure it's all confirmed now. But like, the reason why JFK wasn't able to like really start poking and prodding is because he couldn't do anything besides doing like a conference. Like, how was he supposed to get the information out besides a conference back in that day? Nowadays, Mr. Beast on his phone could just be like, "Alright, live." Like, how are they gonna stop that? He just goes live and then immediately starts talking. You just have unlimited, like, Trump was tweeting every 30 seconds. Trump literally was tweeting like fucking threats for a while. And no one stopped him. Like, you have immediate access to getting information out. If Mr. Beast wanted to reveal government secrets if he became president, he'd just be like, alright, I'll tweet it out, fuck it. I'll go live real quick, fuck it. You can't act fast enough to stop that. He'd get killed. He'd die for it, but he'd get the information out. He's the Prime Chaos and the Tier 1 Jade. Don't think there'd be too much useful information. What, on aliens? Yeah, I mean, that's the mystery of it. Is the resub JG. I'm gonna give sub formidable. Yeah, we're just talking about the derailment. That's what's up on screen right now. Thanks to the resub Board. Why are aliens only going to the USA? Well, I'm sure they're not. They're probably all over the place. You just don't hear about the other aliens. There's a resub. Boon. The Prime Yogurt. Different alien tribes. Yeah, and all of them are so fucking weak that they get shot down by primitive human technology. They can travel across the cosmos with technology we can't even begin to comprehend, yet they get shot down by our fucking jets. How embarrassing. A fun thought, though. They spec'd all of their points into travel and nothing into defense, so they're just full glass cannon build. Well, it wouldn't even be glass cannon. Glass wheel. That'll be humanity soon, showing up to another planet and getting immediately obliterated. Doubtful. It's not gonna be humanity anytime soon. Faster than light travel is still something we can't even prove is real, possible, anything even close. Unless by soon you're talking on like a universal scale, and you mean like a billion years from now. I guess. Here's resub Ryu. There's absurdly on in Tier 1 Grobby. Humanity too caught up with social issues to technologically advance. Couldn't disagree more. Everyone is so consumed by things like Twitter that for some reason it warps everyone's perspective. Like, we're all hung up on, like, at the end of the day, whatever internet shit is going on. Technology is advancing at such an incredible rate that for some reason people aren't recognizing it. Just look at AI. Look at how far AI's come in a year. Not even a year, really. It's been like 8 months. It's getting fucking crazy. We're going hog wild on the technological food chain. We're making massive leaps. Alright, we even have a fucking self-serving McDonald's now, which is pretty hype, I guess. I don't know how that's doing. But yeah, they did make it. Thanks for 5 gift subs, Pizza Roll. Appreciate it, man. The resub, Balkan, the Prime Shooter, and Chad. That would be kind of crazy, extra large. Like the resub bun. And the Prime Glorch. But we still don't have hover cars. I'm gonna rip the band-aid off right now. We're never gonna have hover cars. Do you know why? It's remarkably inefficient. I don't think there is ever going to be a use for hover cars. Did you see the flying motorcycle, though? You talking about the one from like 2 years ago? That was pretty cool. People can't follow road rules already. Imagine in the sky. Oh my god. People love to complain about how bad drivers are right now. Imagine if we actually did take it to like a Star Wars level where the cars fly. Holy shit, that'd be the most miserable thing ever. Oh my god. Thanks to resub Lowell. The bits ka-chow. That would be cool, Fate, yeah. They'll be controlled by AI. AI flying cars? Maybe, but the resources required for that would not be worth it. At that point, just do AI self-driving cars right now. It'd save them tons and tons of money. Wouldn't really be worth the investment. Just make more public transportation, please. You must be an American. Thanks to the reset pimp. Yeah, we don't do that here very well. I've used public transport once. I've used it quite a few times. It's all fucking bad. Like, I took Greyhound across a couple states once. Took a 19-hour train ride to Pennsylvania once. And then a couple, like, other, like, trams, subways, shit like that. It's all awful. It's all bad. I think the tier 1 wiener in the prime reality, the resub banana. Besides journalists, who do you think will lose their job to AI? Everyone eventually. Like, eventually, pretty much anything can be AI automated. Entertainment, journalism. What was another one we talked about? Entertainment's a little broad, I'll get more specific. So, acting, voice acting, writing, streaming. Pretty much most things. There's very few things I can think of that'll, like, be completely safe from AI. Aside from, like, actual in-world, or out, like, real-world human shit. Anything that exists digitally can pretty much be replaced by AI. Like the Prime Bray, the resub Nico. That sounds pretty cool, Squeefus. AI still does a shitty job compared to the actual thing. Well, yeah, no shit, it's only been like a year. Literally like a year since AI started actually, like, taking off. Of course it's not gonna be perfected yet. Thanks, resub Kelly. It's only going to get better. We've had it a lot longer than a year. No, all of the OpenAI shit, that is all within just the last year with the actual breakthroughs on it and coming to light. AI has existed for a very long time, but not in this capacity. Not even close. With actual machine learning algorithms, shit like deepfakes, ChatGPT, all of that's just over the last year or so. AI art like Stable Diffusion. It's been worked on for a long time, but now it's finally starting to, like, pop off, come out. Absolutely not true. I would love to see your counterpoint, because I followed AI from the Genesis. Well, at least when it became more public. I used to make content on AI like 3-4 years ago. I've had boots on the ground for AI as it's been coming out. Which is contradictory to your statement of it being a year old. No, it's not. As I said, it's been worked on for a lot longer, but all of these massive breakthroughs are over the last year or so. Look at where Stable Diffusion is right now to when it released to the public, I think it was 6 months ago. It's night and day. It is actually night and day, and that's only one thing. Here, Stable Diffusion, initial release to the public was August 22nd of 2022. If you compare the August 22nd, 2022 capabilities of Stable Diffusion compared to right now, not even close. Not even close. He's a tier 1 chromosome. And the tier 2 Luna. Thank you, Luna. Talking about deepfake porn way back on the podcast. Yeah, that was the archaic shit. That was the OG. Not the OpenAI kind of stuff. Yeah, I already know. I saw all that. Ish, kind of. Not all of it. The copyright troll thing is about speed. I saw. I didn't go too deep into it, but yeah, it seems like he was behind Thumb Media and something else, which did a lot of copyright striking of smaller channels that would make content about him or something. I don't know. Bad look though, that's for sure. There's the resub. Zog and Power. Twitch ban. Yeah, I saw Twitch banned AI Seinfeld. We already talked about that. There's the resub lizard. Speed just tweeted about it. About what? The copyright stuff? No, he didn't. Here's the resub double. You see that DC's doing a Justice League crossover with Ruby. That's wild. Wait, like Rooster Teeth Ruby? What? This is real? I've said it before, I'll say it again, I'm really just not a fan of Ruby.
What are those things?
This is a shocking crossover.
I don't think I'm in Kansas anymore.
A princess from another world, and no memory of how you got here.
This is Remnant.
We weren't.
This is a very not pleasant to look at show.
Vixen, I am so happy to see you too. I hated being teamed the first time around.
Justice League, meet Ruby, Yang, and Blake.
And these are our friends. John, Nora, and Red. Nice!
I'd follow you into any battle.
The group are acting really weird.
Well.
We need to get these.
Does this whole show take place, like, in this forest? Like, at this park? They couldn't go multiple places? Half of this fucking trailer's been there. Jesus Christ.
We need to get things back to normal as soon as possible.
We fought monsters before.
Rim, there's so
Right
many
back to the
creatures
forest.
with only one purpose: to destroy humanity.
Sorry, I can't believe you have
To show this to Lodgok.
man.
Now, is that better or worse than a teammate named Superman?
Right?
Focus.
I know there's a mechanism to open this door.
Oh my god.
You got a plan, kid?
I just might.
What do we do?
You fight.
You heard her.
Whoa. Thanks to resub Harvin and Booty. Wow. Well, I wouldn't use the word excited for that one.
Lodgok,
Huh.
the sarcophagus had been raided. I found no helmet, only a dead Ashwinder.
Damn! They got here first. We need to get it before Rookwood uses it to further ingratiate himself to Ranrock.
Exit tier 1.
I saw one of their campsites not far from here, but I fear you must go in alone. My fighting days are behind me.
What an interesting crossover.
I'll head there now.
Good. There's no time to lose. Get to that helmet before Rookwood does, or we will lose our chance at any leverage, no matter how small, with Ranrock. To think those wretched thieves have their hands on such a relic.
CGI anime will never be better. I hate that companies are trying to use it more. I mean, I also prefer 2D, but I do think CGI anime can be done well. Look at Trigun Stampede, for example. I finally watched the first episode of that. It looks good. Like, it actually looks very good. And I am very outspoken against CGI anime. I think it usually looks like dog shit. But it can be done well.
There they are.
You shit on the trailer so hard. I know. I still think the trailer's bad. I'll say it again. I still think the Trigun Stampede trailer does it a very big disservice, but the actual show, episode 1, was good. It was good.
It's exhausting. Standing here all day waiting to do Rookwood's work for him. He can fight his own battles.
You said Lucas and balls. I don't remember what the last one came into.
You will pay
It's Cynthia! You've made a grave mistake.
Yeah, I was one of those people that, but I'm giving it its fair shake. Hear the lawnmower in the background. Yeah, I'm turning the dog noise. Have you seen the classic Tetris World Championship? Yep. 105 gift subs. You all. Appreciate it, man.
You've made a mistake.
I'll have taken your life.
You gonna play the new Apex season? I am. I actually hopped on Apex today to learn controller. I played 2 games, 2 ranked games. First game, instantly got my ass clean. Second game, I won. Controller is so free. It was literally only like an hour. An hour. I found my buttons the same way TSM, it wasn't Imperial House. And I can't remember. Someone did like a controller breakdown on the best settings. Copied his button layout, copied his settings, went right into ranked after doing like firing range for a couple of minutes just to get my hands used to it, and then won my second game. And I dropped 2k damage. Like, it is so fucking free. That's only like an hour or so of training, so I'm excited. You be a fucking monster out there. Missouri. I'm telling you, Dankin Scoots, get on the controller grind. There is no reason to be a stickler for mouse and keyboard anymore. I've seen the light. I'm gonna stick out controller. It's gonna take me a while to really get used to it because my movements and shit, even in the game I won. But once I get used to it, holy fuck, the advantages are super helpful. Just pick mid-range fights. Oh my god, melt. I think I did that. No, I'm probably gonna do more Dark and Darker tonight, but I am gonna start grinding Apex again. That's the whole reason I hopped on today. How about Hogwarts Legacy? I probably won't finish it. Maybe at some point I will. I don't know. I'm just not super into it. Yeah, that's what everyone keeps saying. Yeah, someone just mentioned that. This video popped up for me called Hip Hop's Biggest Scammer. So what is that about? Is that an interesting thing? Because that's the first I've heard of it. Someone just mentioned it like that. If anyone knows what that's about, it's
The lamb returns to the wolf.
What is it about? I have no idea. I don't know the situation.
Shall we finish what we started?
Starts to going crazy over the UFO sightings. Hey, I love that shit. I'm very happy about that kind of shit, absolutely. It's a crypto thing, is it?
Revelio.
Carter Jameson. I'm unfamiliar with that name.
Carter Jameson is someone who's been seen with Chief Keef, Kodak Black, Lil Durk, Bobby Shmurda, Summer Rae, Lil Yachty, Steve Will Do It, Cole Bennett, and many other celebrities. But how...
I'm gonna just take a guess. Knowing nothing about this, he paid to take all of those pictures with those celebrities. He's a trust fund kid with a lot of access to money. So he puts on a front that he's actually a popular guy, like friends with all these rappers, and he uses it to try and promote.
This is for Rookwood!
I'm just gonna do crypto. I think crypto's easiest. Lock it in. He doesn't.
Well, his website but I think he's a liar.
Called out, Jesus.
Also, I just want to clarify this video isn't necessarily to hate on him, and I don't want you guys sending me what I'm about. But I do think it's worth bringing awareness to this because this guy and other people like him have made tons of money from deceiving others. So I'm hoping that if nothing else, this video will not be so easily deceived. So Carter Jameson recently.
Oh, actually, damn, fuck. I'm starting to change my mind. Maybe it's not crypto. Maybe he sells like courses. Maybe he's one of those gurus, like get rich quick guru kind of shit. Because he's a 19-year-old entrepreneur, owner of Gateway Agency or some shit. Whatever other imaginary made-up garbage he comes up with. I'll stick it out on crypto. I won't
started
backpedal.
getting a ton of attention when people found out he was dating Ali Lottie. If you're not familiar with Ali Lottie, she was the girl that Juice WRLD was dating when he passed. Fans were upset about this when they found out, but not necessarily because she moved on. They were more so upset because Carter was wearing a watch that Juice apparently gave Ali, and he posted it on his Instagram story with a Juice WRLD song. He was also wearing one of Juice WRLD's shirts that was apparently a one-of-one. He was flexing a bag that Ali said Juice had custom made for her. And he was also seen on TikTok showing off Juice WRLD's house and home studio. This understandably upset many fans, and it led to many TikToks about it and a few YouTubers covering it. But personally, I'm pretty uninterested when it comes to YouTube drama like this, so I was pretty uninterested about the situation. That was until I saw a thread by @Zifa on Twitter. In the thread, he basically exposed Carter for being a scammer and running some really shady businesses. After I read that, I checked out his Instagram and I saw him hanging out with all of these rappers and well-known people, which really piqued my interest. I had a lot of questions. How does this kid know all these people? Who is he? Why does he have so many followers? Is he really even a scammer? Well,
I'm gonna go ahead and take a stab at it. He does not have all of these followers legitimately, 100% botted to a certain level. A lot of people on Instagram do that. How does this kid know all these people? He doesn't. He pays to be near them. And who is he? Just a kid with a lucky spawn, born to a wealthy family. Thanks to the resub, Talma, Dino, Janali, Zlethos, and Kev. And the bits, Gimpy. Hey, Gimpy. Hope you're doing well. I'm not sure, Gimpy. Thanks to the bits, Zach.
is he really even a scammer? Well, after I did a little bit of digging, I was able to find out the answers to all of those questions. So Carter Jamieson is another one of those social media gurus you see online, but instead of selling you a course, he's selling you popularity. You might notice he has engagement and relationships with well-known people. You check out his website and it looks very professional, and he even has multiple articles written about him by Forbes, USA Today, The Sun, and more. He's a self-proclaimed digital marketing guru who promises to scale your digital footprint to the...
My second guess was the right one. Son of a bitch. Yeah, maybe crypto's too outdated now. Everyone just immediately conflates anything meta, Web3, whatever with a scam. Rightfully so, by the way. Like, yeah, if he's a modern scammer, he would have had to adapt into the guru space, which is now the money maker. Oh well.
Largest of its potential. And from what you see on his profile, it looks like he knows what he's doing. At a glance, he seems very successful, the type of guy you might want to learn from or work with. But that is where you're wrong. Everything that makes him look legitimate upon further inspection actually proves his guiltiness. Botted engagement. Before his engagement increased
about right.
times because of Juice WRLD
That's
fans
Instagram.
bombing him, he could be seen botting his account, as you can see from all these fake comments. And if that isn't proof enough,
no, they're just really fire.
Out botted engagement
Shit's
on
flames.
his Twitter accounts. And here on his YouTube channel, you can see over 1,000 botted comments on one of his YouTube shorts that only has 600 likes. So it's safe to assume that he's botting likes and possibly followers.
They're just very
Then there's
passionate.
his
They
press.
forgot to
When I
like.
first saw on his website that he had a ton of articles featuring him and his business. It really made me think he was legitimate. But when you read the fine print, you can actually see that some of them are paid for. One says featured partner, one says promoted content, and another even says this story is paid for by an advertiser. Remember?
I actually had no idea that that shit was there. Obviously, a lot of journalism is paid content. I mean, is what it is. I didn't know that they actually disclosed it in those cases. I thought they still kind of kept that under wraps. But I guess they also got hit by some new guidelines or something, or maybe I've just been oblivious to those notices.
Members of the editorial and news staff of the USA Today network were not involved with the creation of this content. Even though he said himself he's never paid for press, it looks like he has.
I get all my press either naturally or someone comes to me and asks me. I've never actually just paid outright for them.
And if he paid for these three, I'm willing to bet that he paid for the others as well. And this is even more ironic because of the fact that he sells press publication on his Gateway Agency website. I'll talk about that a little bit more when it comes to his business. And the Forbes article that he linked wasn't even in his favor. Honestly, it kind of made him sound stupid. Finally, there's his followers and his relationships.
So that one wasn't
paid
for.
Because when we see someone with a lot of followers, we tend to think they're legitimate.
The deception exists
because
the large follower numbers trick our brains into giving out credibility naturally from the social proof. More followers means more credibility, right?
But I don't think Carter's...
Maybe I'm being baselessly optimistic, but I feel like that perception's starting to waver a bit. It used to be bigger number, trustworthy person. That used to be the rule, but I think with crypto and everything, it's kind of shaken everyone's faith in that concept. So I'm hoping that's changing, because it feels like it kind of is, slowly but surely. But maybe I'm just wrong in wanting to believe. Thanks to Prime Doyer, Shadow, and the resub Hydra, and Troy. I like how the YouTuber is basically milking this guy's downfall for views and content. Why does everyone have to have, like, some kind of weird, contrarian perspective on everything? This guy even said at the beginning, like, he was a very generous guy about this whole thing. He's just telling the story, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's just telling the story about this guy's hustle, which is a scam. It's so weird. What goes on in your mind to want to immediately take some kind of weird combative stance on someone just literally exposing a scammer? I don't get it. I actually don't understand it. It's just too easy to agree, so someone has to disagree even if they don't believe. I suppose, but I'm not here to be an armchair psychologist. I really just don't get it.
Botting his followers or faking his relationships with these people, I think that's all real, and he's achieved it through his business. So Carter's main business, Gateway Giveaways, is doing giveaways with rappers and other influencers. He uses a method called loop giveaways where he partners with popular people to give away items. Carter and probably others will spam DM people with details of the giveaway campaign. They show the estimated growth and how much it'll cost to buy into it. And the reason that someone would want to buy a spot is because when the celebrity announces the giveaway, they have a variety of steps to win. Typically, they'll point you towards another account, and then they'll tell you to follow everyone that account is following. That account will be following all of the investors. So in return for their money, they will be receiving thousands of real followers. When he gets that investor money, he buys the items for the giveaways, flies out to meet the influencer or the rapper, takes some pictures with them to make his Instagram look better, takes pictures for the giveaway, pays the influencer, and keeps a ridiculous amount of money for doing little to nothing. It really is an infinite money glitch. And the giveaways themselves aren't necessarily scams. They're not against Instagram.
It's like a social media STD.
And I think he actually does give away the items. He might not, I'm not sure. I have seen people say they haven't gotten their stuff. That might not be true. But we have seen him choose who he partners with using some ethically questionable reasons.
It was Asian Debrat, who was King Von's girlfriend. And whenever he first passed away, obviously she was glowing up.
And he's also bragged about partnering with
what an interesting tactic.
PS5s onto a picture of him, so his business looks pretty shady.
Nice
you can also buy into the loop giveaways on his website through his business.
Let's look at what we have,
and his business offers a variety of other overpriced services. For example, you can buy different press packages that offer articles and other sorts of
For the low cost of $8,000, you can get the musician package, which is a 15 article package. Oh, whoa, and I missed it. Oh, that's the low end. What the fuck? The $20,000 value is so much better. It even has the word cheaper. It's the market domination press package, which is 20 mid-tier press package. How are you supposed to gain clout without spending 20 grand on this package?
Nothing like finding just
Holy shit, wait, all the answers are right here. This is the key to success. He's giving away the keys to the kingdom, holy fuck. And for the low cost of 20 grand?
press, like this Google Knowledge Panel package, which costs $6,500 when you can do it for free yourself. Then in the description, he has the nerve to say, you must have 20 other notable articles already wrote about you to receive this one, which is another lie. And then he tells you to buy a different press package before purchasing this one. When you buy these press packages, you're paying thousands
Nothing
of
like
dollars
finding
for
just
something
the
that
right
can be done
thing.
for $100 to $300, which his friend says in an interview as he
Let me know
agrees.
if there's
For anyone
anything else
listening,
I
if you're
can
looking
do.
for PR, you could essentially get an article written about you in the New York Times. Now, the salesman selling it to you, that article should be anywhere between $1 to like $300, but the salesman's gonna try and sell it to you for $1,000.
Yeah.
He sells ad management, verification, websites, billboard advertisements, and more. And I'm gonna take a random shot.
Who is dumb enough to pay for a fucking billboard advertisement? Who in their right fucking mind is like, oh my god, the billboard package! I need it! I'm gonna blow up with a good billboard! I don't think a single human being of the last 10 years has looked at a billboard and actually signed up or even visited what it was advertising. Final Fantasy XIV fans. Oh, that one's actually an iconic controversy though, to be fair. Where they put a billboard for like their porn party or whatever, their pool party. Thanks to Risa, Bowler, Flyer, and Jimbo. Andrew went to that, by the way. He wanted to check it out. Andrew told that whole story. Apparently there was just like a guy with a tuba. Like, no one showed up except for, like, the people that organized it, and it was just a guy playing a tuba with sad music or something. Have I seen the QR code billboards? No, I can't say I have. Exit Prime. Sumis. No, a lot of people showed up. Maybe Andrew just got there after they had left, because he said it was fucking empty.
Mysterious and a bit unsettling. What to do?
But it wasn't the billboard that brought the people there. It was a controversy because the billboard advertised a, like, private role-playing, like, sexy server, which the fans were upset with because it misrepresents their entire game. So it was a controversy because the billboard went up. If a lot of people showed up, it's because of that controversy, not that billboard. Thanks for 5 gift subs, Jason. Good to see you, man. Thanks for the resub, Geo.
Billboard advertisements, and more. And I'm going to take a random shot in the dark here and assume that he does not deliver on all of these, and if he does, it isn't as advertised. Especially because apparently they only accept payments through Cash App, which is very sketchy. And I guess he also used to sell paid shoutouts on his Instagram and then just delete them right away after you paid for it, which probably didn't really make a difference because most of his Instagram followers are either inactive or fake. And if none of this convinced you that his business is shady, all of the gateway Instagram accounts have botted engagement as well. For example, this one has 250,000 followers with under 1,000 likes on their recent post. Or this one with 150,000 followers
I retrieved
has
the
a couple
helmet from
thousand
the
likes on your
Ashwinders.
post, and then oops,
Well done.
53 likes.
This is
Forgot
sure
about
to
that one.
impress Ranrock.
Unlucky. Yeah, that was
The
bad.
helmet shines even more brightly than I imagined.
So-called social
The etchings,
media
the
marketing
contour
guru is
of the
really just a
profile.
liar and a fraud who creates an
Remarkable.
illusion to sell you his overpriced service. Especially since he's targeting a lot of rappers with his giveaways, he'll probably have a lot of wannabe artists following him, wanting to grow their fan base,
see why
so
you
they
wanted
end
it
up
back.
purchasing
You
his
did the
garbage
thieves a
service as well.
service
Like
by
I said,
recovering
I can't
it.
confidently say
I
that
know many
everything
a
this guy's
goblin who
doing
would
is
have
a scam,
killed
and I
for
don't
it.
have evidence for every
then I'm
single thing
glad
I've
to be rid
accused
of
him
it
of. All I
myself.
can really say
Thank you.
is at the very least
This
he's
should
very
earn Ranrock's
misleading and
trust.
he's a liar.
I
But
will
the
take
reason
it
that
to
I
him
believe he's
immediately.
scamming when it comes
It
to
may
giveaways
distract him
and
from his
influencer
search.
marketing is because
His
he's been caught
search.
scamming
It,
before. Before
it
Carter
is
brought his
merely an
scams to
inkling.
the rap community, he
You
was
have
exposed for being
impressed
one of the
me
masterminds
greatly,
behind
friend.
Lana Rhodes,
I am glad that I
Cryptosis,
trusted
NFT
you.
rug pull,
What?
where her, Carter, and some others
We
made
shall
off
speak
with
soon.
$1.5
No.
million
Best to keep our
in Ethereum.
arrangement quiet.
It's
Many
crazy.
will not believe that our
Somehow,
aims might
anytime there's a
possibly be
scam,
aligned.
it's like it's this interconnected web. Like, all of the scammers that currently exist have always existed. And they've been part of all the other scams we've followed. What a throwback! What another reoccurring character. Another season that they're making an appearance in. Another cameo.
At the beginning of the year, Lana Rhodes, who if you don't know is a very popular influencer, began promoting her NFT project Cryptosis. There were 6,069 awful-looking NFTs that were being marketed as an investment, and investors were promised that this was a long-term project with NFTs that were going to grow in value. Carter even said it himself.
Unlike other pump and dump projects, we don't just plan on stopping after minting, so we actually have to be able to fund all that stuff.
They were hyping it up so much to the point where
Okay.
multiple people even got tattoos of the NFT and they were reposting it. Personally, I can't imagine knowingly scamming people, watching them get tattoos of the NFT and reposting it. So they
I'll tell you one thing, I can absolutely imagine that. If you're one of those absolute bumbling idiots that buys into Cryptosis and you feel so strongly about it, you get a tattoo on your fucking thigh of the Cryptosis logo, you deserve to be laughed at. The scammer at that point I'm on the scammer side. Laughing at you is like the least they can do. You've earned that shit. That's a fat fucking L. My god. Everything else I disagree with the scammer on, but laughing at people that do that, I actually completely agree. Thanks for the 5 gift subs again, Jason. And the resub Mikhail, Mamba, and Tier 1 dubs, and the resub Feels.
minted or released it on January 22nd, and the following day they pulled out all of the money, which was about $1.5 million worth of Ethereum.
The money was drained out of
Shocking.
his account. One day post-mint.
Ah,
$1.6
Deke
million
is so
was
happy to
drained out
see
of
you.
this mint
Deke
for the
noticed this
NFTs.
bag in the room
One
the
day
other day.
after
You
they
must need
sold
it to help
the
with his
collection.
The
schoolwork.
reason that they did this is
Deke
because
has seen
apparently
one of
Lana's
these
feelings
before.
got hurt by the
Deke calls
negativity in
it
the community, but obviously this was just an excuse to take the money. Tons of people in the community talk
Forgot about
the
that.
rug pull, so it's a pretty well-known scam, and somehow Carter still has a career. And this wasn't the first time that Lana had worked with Carter.
Perfect for gathering and transporting beasts.
Giveaways, and we're giving away all these great prizes. Pleasant little breeze. I have been thinking about something Professor Howland said.
Right now, Carter has
awesome.
I should study as many beasts as I can
Hey,
on my own.
I was kind of right. He is doing crypto scams.
Type of deal. But in this instance, him and Ali Lottie used Juice WRLD's likeness for a trashy-looking NFT,
will be safer with us
some
than out on
attention.
their
But
own.
he has one NFT
Precisely
project
what
that is
Deke
the
was
worst of
thinking.
them all, and it's
You
called
see,
Fraternity
the
Ape
room
Party.
knew exactly what you needed, and luckily, Deke can show you how to best use the knapsack and where.
Fraternity Apes Party,
What
or
the
FAP for
fuck?
short, is an NFT
Cool.
project where the incentive isn't an investment, but it's that you could go to a cool party with tons of influencers and celebrities.
Oh, that's worth it.
NFT can get in. I doubt any of the people there owned one of these awful looking NFTs. They somehow even got the Nelk boys to show up, but they probably paid them too.
Yeah, somehow they got Steve Will Do It there. The guy notorious for literally accepting anything that has a dollar bill attached to it. It's a mystery to me how the fuck Nelk ended up there. This kid, I'll crack the code. I think I was right initially. This kid came from money, and he used that money to buy himself an advantage, to put himself in the position so he could scam people easily by presenting himself as a popular influencer. So he did the crypto scams with Lana Rhodes, he's doing the guru scams right now with the gateway giveaways, and he's done, what, 2 other crypto-based scams with NFTs and shit?
A nasty poacher.
He's just one of those
Deke hated
douchebags.
working for him.
Perpetually living in his
Horrible
father's
things
shadow.
to beautiful
Can't make money
beasts.
on his own, so he uses that to his advantage by
during
just
those
pumping
days
these
that Deke
shitty,
first saw a
awful
knapsack.
scams. Seen it a million fucking
It'd be
times.
nice to see one
Same
used for
story,
good.
different book. He's a tier 1 alabaster in the recent doc.
Like they were buds, which clearly wasn't the case.
This is fucking my mansion for you. You guys realize that? You guys are fucking savages, man. Metacards, man, I really appreciate you guys. Like, dude, you guys are fucking savages, man. I've been watching you guys for like fucking 5 years.
No, you haven't. Why are you lying to them?
For real,
And
you
me.
guys are hilarious.
They also paid YBN Namir to promote this, as if that's gonna help at all either. This is probably one of the worst NFT projects I've ever seen. Like, who thought that this was a good idea? And they even ruined Naruto. He doesn't even wear a mask, and they give him a Sharingan, which just doesn't make any sense. So I'm assuming that this is just another
point.
attempted
Good
pump and
point.
dump with a
We have
different
arrived.
marketing strategy. So is Carter
Deke
Jameson really a
enjoys coming
scammer?
here
Well,
to
since
watch
the
the
thread that I
beast,
mentioned earlier went
especially
live,
the
Carter
puffle
has
of puff
privated or
schemes
deleted
nearby.
some of his
It
Twitters,
would be
and he
nice
had
to
his
keep
frat
them
ape
safe.
friend Luke Lynch
All
take
you will
down
need to
their
do
podcast
is get
episode,
close,
making him seem
direct the
especially
open
guilty.
door.
And if he's willing to scam people out of $1.5 million, I'm gonna bet that that wasn't the first or last time he scammed someone. He's using rappers and other influencers' names to make him money and make him look good, just so he can funnel potential clients to his shady business. In reality, his business and identity online as a digital marketing professional is all a lie, fabricated by his fake press, fake engagement, and fake lifestyle. The rappers and the other people partnering with him, or more likely their management, should probably look a little bit more into who
Why?
they're partnering with.
Why would they do that?
Who they're gonna receive, because then they end up associating with a bunch of scammers, which doesn't really make them.
Yeah, but their audience doesn't care. This was a great
I
video.
managed to rescue a puff
Good
scheme.
shit, Matty
You can
Balls.
rescue as many as the
Yeah, I didn't know
knapsack
anything
will
about this
hold.
guy. This is an interesting
Poachers
story.
capture puff schemes
I
and,
wanna look something up
well,
right now.
Deke isn't sure what they do with them.
This video is not very old, right? It's like
Deke
2
is
months old.
certain they
I
will
see
be
his dress
safer with
this.
you. Now, not all beasts will be as simple to rescue as a puff scheme.
Instagram?
Deke suggests you next find a beast that can fly.
Fuck was
A
it?
jobberknoll,
Carter
perhaps.
Jameson.
All right.
Where would I find one?
Deke knows of some to the west, nesting in a large tree overlooking Hogwarts. But we must be careful. Deke has seen poachers in the area recently. Deke will meet you there
Oh, here he is.
whenever you're ready.
He's just posting random screenshots of some graphs and says client results. Here's a picture of him walking towards 2 Rolls Royce. Awesome. Here's him standing on a bridge. This is so dumb. So he hasn't said anything, I'm assuming. His whole Instagram is fucking rough. Yeah, it's just shit like this. It's just him.
Revelio.
I don't even think people buy his course, I'll just say it. I think people are not dumb enough to fall for someone like this. 'Cause it's pretty blatantly obvious that it's not real. Things a Prime Bucket, and the resub Derek, Rift Tracks, Breezy, Turbo, Soul, Juan, Bear, and the Prime, Conan, and Bucket.
Dick thinks
You'd be surprised.
you should be proud of
I
him.
guess, but his prices are
continue?
outrageous.
Oh, good.
$8,000 all the way up to
Worried about you,
$20,000.
what with all
Like
the
nobody can
poachers in the
afford those
area.
packages.
Perhaps we should work quickly.
Like the only
Juggernaut
people
just here.
in his
He's
audience that
large
might
trade.
not be aware
If
it's a
it's
scam
helpful,
are actual
Deke has seen
teenagers that are just
Levioso
blinded
used
by
to a
like
slow
TikTok
flying beast.
clout and
Easier
an
to get in
overwhelming
close and use
insatiable
the
desire
knapsack.
for attention. They can't afford $8,000 packages, and certainly not the $20,000
Go and rescue a
package.
Jobberknoll.
Good luck. Deke will be waiting.
So like, who the fuck is his audience? Or rather, his clients. No one can afford that shit. You underestimate the stupidity of the average adult. I really don't. I feel like of most people in the world, I am usually pretty on the mark with how dumb people can be. This is just out of the price range of stupid people. And certainly out of the price range of stupid kids.
Difficult. I mean you no harm.
Here's the resub Slippy.
Settle yourself. I mean you no harm.
You were surprised by the age of crypto zoo victims. I was very surprised by that. You are
Deke
correct.
hopes your
That
Jobberknoll
one did
finds
catch me
the
off guard.
knapsack nice
I
and
wouldn't have
cozy.
expected adults to be in the
Poachers want
Logan
them
Paul
for their
audience,
feathers,
let alone falling
and are
for a
not
Logan
kind
Paul
when they gather
NFT
them.
project.
Are there any
So
other
that-
beasts nearby?
That
Just
was a
one
low
that
barrier of
Deke
entry
knows
for
of.
them.
A herd
This
of
is an
moon
extremely
cows.
high
They
barrier,
live in a clearing of trees.
especially
off
for
this
very little
footpath.
return.
Deke will see you there.
Thank you for the resub, Corey.
Revelio.
I want to look up Carter Jameson. He has so many articles written about him, apparently, that he's paid for. Does he give information on his upbringing? Because I just know for a fact this kid comes from an extremely privileged upbringing. That's where all of the money must come from. Meet the 18-year-old who's the CEO of a successful social media agency. And then right underneath that, this is paid for by the advertiser. Ah, so it's trustworthy then, huh? Surely this will be an unbiased look at his story. Let's see. More than the stunning content, he wanted to explore the algorithm that leads the influencers to a staggering number of followers. After 6 years of grinding with Instagram, Jameson was finally successful in decoding the algorithm to earn over 1 million followers. He decoded it? He was in the mainframe? And then he found the secret, which is his daddy's credit card to buy bots. Little botted followers.
But only under the light of the
Holy
moon.
shit, this guy's good.
So,
He's a
unfortunately,
savant.
unless you have a way
He's like
to
the Mozart of
hasten
Instagram.
time, you might sometimes have to wait until nightfall to see them.
I shall go and find a moon calf then.
Deke will be waiting for your return.
Damn, nothing about his past.
Revelio.
Oh lord, he has his own website. Oh, I forgot. It was even covered in the Matty Balls video. I accidentally clicked on it. Ugh. Oh, even his website is so revolting. So the first things on here is who is Carter Jameson, 19-year-old entrepreneur, founder, Gateway. Grew a monetized network of Instagram pages, millions of followers. And then the third one, made 40 to 80 grand a year as a 15-year-old, which led to starting the agency named Gateway. Ugh. Oh, here we go. Is this... No. Nothing's known about this kid except for what he pays for in these articles. Unlucky. Shame. Thanks to resub Kaka and Grun and Lightning. Because he never did anything. Well, no, I just wanted to know about, like, his parents. Like, usually in these kind of cases, they always try to be that person that pulls themselves up by their own bootstraps. Like, I came from nothing. My dad was a normal blue-collar worker, just a true red-blooded American patriot working 2 jobs to put food on the table for me and my 6 brothers. And my mom also had to work night shifts down at the local cemetery. Like, I don't know. Usually just like some kind of sob story. So like people like relate to it somehow and like put him on a pedestal of wow, he did it himself. But he didn't even bother with that stuff. Do all scammers usually come from a rich family? I wouldn't say all of them. That'd be a disservice to say all of them. But I would argue a good 85 to 90% of all scammers do come from a very privileged background. At least in the digital age.
No, you don't.
Thanks a resub. Peyton Ambrodos, Squirt, and JP. Oh, your name's not Squirt at all. SPR. In the bits, please. Gingy Bear and Sumi.
Now, I'm only trying to help.
There's the tier 1 Tommy. Of course I'm gonna play Silk Song when it comes out.
Do cooperate, won't you?
Only a wealthy kid would have money to waste on bullshit advertising. No, not even that. He didn't spend anything on advertising. He just botted followers. But you needed money to buy those followers, and it's not cheap. That's actually the same strategy that Travis Scott used. Travis Scott, in his very beginning, bought followers on his Spotify in order to artificially inflate his popularity so he could sell himself to record labels and then actually organically grow from there. So yeah, having money is a good way of starting your career, I suppose. Like, who would have guessed?
It's a bit trickier than the others, but I have a moon calf now.
That's how Travis Scott
Another
popped
beast,
off.
safe and sound. Shame we didn't see the moon calves dancing. It's a marvelous sight. Deke supposes
Was
you're
it SoundCloud or
finished here.
Spotify? I think it
You'll
was
be able to
SoundCloud.
rescue many more beasts, but for now, let's bring the ones you've gathered back to the room.
All right.
Deke will meet you back in the room whenever you're ready.
Why is buying followers a bad thing? What? Is that even a question you really need to ask? Why is buying followers a bad thing? There's like 18 different ways of tackling that one. I don't even think it's worth going down there. It should be very obvious.
Show the beast you rescued,
This
then
is the
you're
Reese
home.
of Odin and Sierra.
But, not enough room to let them out here. Imagine all those beasts running amok. That wouldn't do at all.
This is the Reese of Natty.
Perhaps if you focus on what your beasts need, the room will provide.
Makes it tier 1 Willow.
What exactly did you think of?
Reese of Superhead. It was Texas bottom followers?
Heavens!
You talking about Lil Nas X? No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe he did as well. That I don't know.
You've done
But I
it!
remember reading from Travis Scott's former manager That he
Deek
was the
isn't
one that
sure.
actually had to make the purchases
Only one
for
way
Travis
to
Scott after
find
being
out.
paid for the followers. He made a whole series of TikToks on it.
Meet you
I know
inside
Travis Scott
when
also
you're
did some
ready.
fuck shit with contracts and everything and screwing people over, but his start was botted followers. I think it's a tier 1 dictionary. There's a new SpongeBob horror game. Haven't heard of it, I can check it out. Not tonight though, I'm gonna do Dark and Darker again. You gonna continue Hogwarts Legacy? I'm not super into it, so probably not. Maybe. But I don't know, I'm not really into it. I'm like 7-8 hours deep or something. I don't know, just... I like the combat. But that's really about it. I think the resub experience. You waiting for your crew to start playing Dark and Darker? Nah, I was just going over some wacky shit that I wanted to talk about today. I think Dank and Scoots, Caleb and Alden are already on. So I'll hop on here in a little bit. I think we get sub school C. Sleep well, Snert. Thanks a gift sub, Hans. Like today dictionary or in general? Any advice on
Look
cutting
at
20
this.
pounds?
It's amazing. Where are we, Dick?
Like what kind of advice
It
are you
seems
looking
to
for?
be
Like
a place for your beasts
workout
to
advice or
live, a
dietary
vivarium of
advice?
some sort. Oh, your beasts will be
Research
quite
X-Men.
comfortable here. They'll live healthy, safe lives. Perhaps you want to release them. Let them see their new home.
We're gonna see some basketball content soon. Yeah. Yeah, you are. We're gonna start the basketball streams pretty soon. We're getting a half-court logo made right now. We've got a really talented artist that's doing a beautiful half-court logo. It looks so official. The whole court looks so fucking good. And we're getting good again. Well,
Deke thinks
I'm
the
getting good
vivarium
again.
will be a
Everyone
fitting
else
new
is
home
as well,
for
but
your
I'm
beasts.
fucking feeling
Indeed.
it. We played again
I
on
only hope
Thursday.
we'll have
I was
enough
going
space for all
hard.
of them.
I don't know if
Deke
Matt's
hopes
here or
so
not,
too.
but in
if you do
Wheeling
run
Grand
out of
3
room,
games full
Madam
court.
Peck at Brood and Peck
My
in
team won 2 out of 3,
Hogsmeade
baby. Leading
will help
scorer
to
both
find
times.
safe homes
I was
for them.
feeling it, and
Any
then I got
beasts
gassed on the
that
third
run
game
home.
and couldn't move.
Yes,
But up until
she's
then,
well known for
I was in
helping
it.
to care for beasts in
I think I went 4 from. I think I went 4 for 7 from the 3, and I was finally getting my drives back.
Beasts that are
So
well fed
we're
and
looking
groomed
good. We're
will
looking good.
provide you with valuable magical materials, such as puffskein hair, for example. If you gather some magical materials from your beasts, Deke can show you how to use them. Very well. I shall let you know when I have
Thanks
some.
for another 10 gift subs, Hans. Appreciate the generosity, man. Thank you. Thanks for that, man. I'll have to check that out, Dictionary. Are you gonna start dunking on your friends? No, but my friends are gonna start dunking. Matt, I don't know if you guys know, Matt played D1 ball. So he used to be able to dunk, and then he had a high ankle sprain injury, and he hasn't really played much since. So he's been working on getting that back. Chase, I'm sure most of you know Chase by now. Chase is also pretty close to getting that as well. And then we have one other friend named Chris, who's also close. But we already do have someone on the squad that can freely dunk. His name's Antron. So we do have a good squad. When we start like actually running against creators, because that's the kind of basketball content we want to do on Twitch eventually, is get creators out and do like actual pickup. We're gonna have such an unbeatable squad for most of these fucking streamers to go up against. It wouldn't even be fair. Thanks to the resub Vog and Brada and the Bits J. And yeah, I listened to the new Linkin Park song. I liked it. So you're all the 31st NBA franchise no one knows about? Hey, we're getting there. I mean, Shaq owns NRG. He's welcome to come out. It could be Moist Esports versus NRG. Shaq can lead their squad. I think it's tier 1 cryo. I like our odds too. I think it'd be a competitive game. I'm feeling good. Shaq's up there in age, so we've got like some spry, youthful energy that we can maybe get an edge with. Like I'm feeling good about our odds.
I've collected some magical materials, Deke. Now, Deke can show you how to use them. First, you'll need to use this spellcraft to conjure an enchanted loom. An enchanted loom? Exactly. It will allow you to use your magical materials to weave magic into the very threads of your clothing, making your clothing more useful in a variety of ways. Why don't you try it? Deke thinks you'll be impressed with what the loom can do. I'll go and experiment with the loom now.
Thanks to the 2 gift subs guy, the Bits Wubbles. Thanks to the resub Mandy and Kolb. Alright, I'm gonna go fill up my water real quick. Be right back, give me 2 seconds. Thanks to the bits again, Hans. Or, gift sub again, Hans. Appreciate it, man.
up nicely. I should show Deke.
Back. As you said, that guy. Prime. Martian. That's Prime King. When is the Moisty Sports merch restocked? Usually every 2 weeks-ish. Everything should be restocked. Thanks a resub legendary. Probably not Noctis. Happy birthday. Go. Did you got one in the Super Bowl? Eagles. Thank you, Tier 1 Kermit. Thanks for 5 good subs, Dictionary. Appreciate it, man. When are the gymwear slides restocking? Should be pretty soon. Those should be back up. Thanks for the resub, Dark Light. Thanks to the Prime Dog and Tier 1 Faye. You see Blockbuster's releasing an ad during the Super Bowl. That's probably just a meme. There's a Prime corner. I highly doubt they would be. Maybe the resub slam. No, it's real. Seems like a fucking waste of money. I don't know what to tell you. When does the next God Slap come out? February 22nd. So, 11 days. You should read TechCrunch article about Mr. Beast. It's so asinine. Someone mentioned they were calling him Abel.